Hi friends, my name is Emily and welcome back to the Wish You Were Here monthly newsletter for August of 2024. I'm super excited for this month. Instead of a photo session giveaway, we are going to be doing a print shop giveaway based off of my Neature photo book featuring Big Bend National Park, as this August we are celebrating 2 years since launching the hardback edition for it. And for this month as well in the newsletter, I'm going to be sharing a little bit behind the scenes of my origin story. You're also going to see in this August newsletter that August and September are kind of a little bit together in a sense. You'll see in the background here that August, I'm also celebrating my 4-year anniversary since buzzing off all of my hair and donating it and starting to raise funds for St. Baldrick's Foundation. So that is going to be more for the newsletter for September, but just wanted to take a second and notice that as well. And then to deep dive into the Neature photo book. I'm super excited about this. So when you see the newsletter, I'm gonna come up and show you for a quick second. When you see the newsletter, okay, you'll see it scroll down. You'll have a little bit of an introduction. You're gonna see the video that you're watching right now. It's gonna go into the Neature print shop giveaway with a little bit of an explanation of the origin story that I'm about to tell you right now. And then it's gonna go into some examples that you will be able to pick from if you are the lucky winner for this print shop giveaway. It'll have a link right here that you can click into, and it's just a quick little application form, and the winner will be announced later. And then we'll have the August favorites, same thing that we always have for the blog, and later on we'll dive a little bit deeper and talk about the music selection, the recipe from the month, book of the month, quote of the month, and word of the month. And then we have always as latest on the Instagram, and then my favorite, you know it, the word search. So let's get into the origin story of this Neature book. If you have been following me for a while, or if you've known me since I was a kid, you've known that I'm obsessed with these I Spy books. So you're gonna see all of my I Spy books from when I was a kid right here. They really inspired my love for photography and macro photography, which is really close-up photography as well, and I just loved all the details. So being a 90s kid growing up with I Spy books really influenced my love for books and photography as well. Going into high school, I was in a film class, and I was also able to study macro photography, which again is just really close up. So when I forgot what the word for it was, but we got to have a concentration piece for it as well. And concentration just means that when you got to submit a like a section of your work, like multiple pieces of artwork, it had a theme, and so mine was macro, which is again really close up. So this is one of my favorite pieces that I actually got to print in the darkroom. And should have just put that back later. These were a couple other ones that are actually legitimately from high school too, that I had also framed matte, but this is one that I did my senior year in high school. It was just a little wasp on the top of my car. This one is from the Butterfly Museum in downtown Houston as well. This one is just flowers outside in our backyard. And this one was our dog's nose, one of my favorites. But yeah, I was obsessed with macro photography, and so that took hold again in high school. And then in college, for the Neature portion of it, I'm gonna show you this 30-second clip. It's the introduction. One of my roommates in college had showed me. It's called Blenny Pepperbottoms. Okay, he's just a fun little character on the internet, and his coin phrase is for Neature, and how neat is that? And I'm sorry, but it was just one of the funniest skits, and we're gonna show it to you, and bear with me.
For me, nature is one of the neatest things on this planet. That's why Rodney and I started Neature Walk, because we want everyone to know how neat nature is, instead of just me and Rodney knowing it.
It's worth it, I promise, okay? Anyways, so I was introduced to Lenny Pepperbottom in college, and I just thought the word Neature for nature and how neat is that. I was obsessed with the word Neature, and it really just stuck with me until then, okay? Fast forward now, okay? Fast forward to 2020, okay? This is where the book of the month comes into play. Fast forward to December of 2020. It was my 29th birthday. I was at a friend's house, and we were having a dinner party, and they had this coffee table. I'll show it to you in a second. They had this coffee table photo book, and I was looking through it, and I was so inspired by the photos in it and how everything was laid out that I had told myself that I wanted to create my own coffee table photo book. And I knew that I wanted it to be with my macro lens, right? With macro photography. So I knew that I had a theme for it. And this is the book that's called, okay? It's called the Stoner Coffee Table Book, okay? On the inside of it, you're gonna see it's got all of these wacky different types of photos, right? And the different compilations of photos next to them is also what really intrigues me. So you're gonna see like really, really close-up stuff, really, really far away stuff, in details, different colors. Like, I just thought it was a really wacky book. And it gave me a lot of ideas for how I wanted to lay out my photography book as well. So that was December of 2020. Fast forward to February of 2021, I took a trip with that same group of friends, and we went to Big Bend National Park. It was my first ever trip to Big Bend National Park visiting. We had so much fun, and this is the trip that I took all of my photos from it on. Fast forward to Fast forward to November of 2021. Y'all remember when I had my casita travel trailer? I drafted my first book in my casita travel trailer, November of 2021. In January of 2022, it came in the mail, okay? It came in the mail. And this was the first edition of it, okay? My first ever edition for it, and then I made a lot of notes, and I had reprinted it, okay? So that was for January of 2022. Fast forward to August of 2022, and now I had taken it from a vertical portrait and I moved it into a landscape, which was the idea behind what I wanted it as well. And I had made this original first copy. I originally did them with photos like next to each other, but it wasn't what I was looking for. I still wanted it to be in a portrait. I still wanted it to be full page. So while this was released in August of 2022, and it was also a hardcover edition, so it was a little bit more pricey. Fast forward to October of 2023, I wanted to make a paperback version. I wanted it to be a little bit more affordable. So I turned it into a paperback version, and then I was also able to design it how I really wanted it, which means that I was able to make everything full page and go from there, and also add like a couple of really fun features as well. For example, this one page where it showcases all of the photos from the book. Then it also has like a QR code to my print shop so that you can choose if you have the book with you, right? Like if you're in stores. So this was October of 2023, was when I moved it into the paperback version, and now here we are, August of 2024. And my goal is to get it into stores, local stores here in Austin, now that I live in Austin. A lot of the requirements that are needed to publish is that you have to be a resident. So now that I'm a resident, okay, we're one step closer that way. Also, I didn't even mention this one. In October, I just completely left two things out. In October of 2022, I also went back to Big Bend National Park. So remember this photo, right? Remember this photo here? This one is now in the photo book. So this is October 2022, took the trip back down to Big Bend National Park, talked to 2 different stores, right? Like a bookstore and a souvenir shop down in Big Bend and like Terralingua. And I got their information of it, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, I never followed through. I was too nervous. It sounds so silly, right? It sounds so silly to be nervous to even reach out, but the prospect of wholesaling my book, it was just a lot. So, and at the time, I didn't want this hardcover edition. I just didn't feel like that was the right edition yet. So that was another reason why at that time when I had gotten those contacts, I didn't reach out. But moving forward, okay. And what was the other one too? Oh, last summer, okay. I got to go to New York City, and it was the most epic feeling having my book, holding it in the hands of New York City, because another dream of mine is that I would love for my book to be on the New York Times bestsellers list. That would be so cool. That would be so much fun. I also want to have a series just like the I Spy books have series. So for example, I had taken a trip down to Zion National Park, and you'll see in the paperback edition that there's also coming soon my Bryce Canyon National Park and Zion National Park Neature photo book as well. Okay, I wrote a little bit of notes over here. I feel like I'm getting lost in track. I think that was all for the chronological timeline of the book. Now we'll get into a little bit more of, not so much the origin story. We're done with that. Actually, let me come back over here. Sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking sharing my behind-the-scenes story from this as well, because it's really personal in a sense of everything has invisible strings tied to it, right? And while there are certain aspects of the origin story that I want to share with the internet, right, there are also other parts that I reserve for myself. And so I'm just really excited to share this with y'all. Going on to August's favorites. My favorite book of the month, obviously, we already talked about it, was the Stoner Coffee Table book, Inspired. Okay. Our music, this month we're actually switching up a little bit as well. So I had talked about in the beginning about how this August I'm also celebrating 4 years since cutting off all of my hair and donating it. So at the beginning of like July, right? Like July is when I'm thinking about August's newsletter. I was really in the mindset that I was actually going to use August's newsletters to talk about donating my hair. And these past couple days I had a shift in heart, and I just wasn't ready to talk about that story yet. And I also wanted to reserve it for September, because September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, which was the whole reason why I did Brave the Shave for St. Baldrick's Foundation. So we're reserving that. But going to the music, that's because the music that you're going to see for this month's playlist really coincides with that photo session giveaway. So just know that the music for August doesn't coincide with the Neature book, okay? The playlist from September's will coincide with the Neature book, and all the inspiration behind that as well. Going to the family recipe, this one will pertain to August. So August is the beginning of the school year for a lot of people, and my mom always made us brownies and lemonade. I know it's like a weird sounding combination, and it also has no affiliation with the fact that it's brownies and this month's book is the Stoner Coffee Table book. No correlation at all. It's just August and it's the beginning of school year, and my mom always made me and my two sisters brownies and lemonade for the first day of school. It was just always a fun tradition. So that's the family recipe for the month. And then my quote of the month is by C.S. Lewis. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. I like that quote for this month because this creation of this was, again, something that I had dreamed of since I was a little kid. Another fun fact is this little table behind Lucy that you'll see. I've had that table since I was a kid as well. I was like 5 years old, drawing, like making stories on that table, and so it's never too late to create new goals, and it's never too late to dream bigger dreams. And the word of the month is synergy. It means when two things can come together and create a force that is greater than when they were separate. And I find that there is synergy in my love for photography and my love for nature, and those two combined just have a really great relationship on that. I think that's all for this month. it feels like I'm forgetting something. Let me look at my notes one more time. I told you, oh, the fun fact. The fun fact is from my cover photo, right? So the cover photo for this, the cover photo for my book, okay, this same one here. If you go to my website at emilywisch.com, you're gonna see that there's a certain color scheme. And in March of 2022, when I was updating my website, I actually used, actually I take that back. It was still the fall of 2021, even when I was re-updating my website too and using this new color scheme, but it really set hold in March of 2022. Long story short, I did the color dropper and I chose favorite colors from this photo, the cover photo. So again, if you go to my website and you see all of my color schemes, they are from this photo. So that was my fun fact. I love y'all so much. I hope that everyone is having a great day. And for August 11 on our Make-A-Wish, we'll see you there in your inbox. If you are just tuning in to the monthly newsletter and you want to learn more about it, you can always visit my website at emilywisch.com. That's EMILYWISCH. And we'll see you next time, friends. All right, love you so much from me and Lucy. Forgot to tell you that she was here. She's taking a nap. Also, I forgot to say that in true Emily fashion form, it's the night before August 1st, okay? We love waiting until the right before when it needs to be finished. I feel like that really helps the, I don't know, the essence of getting like my most true form. I know I have talked about this previously in July's newsletter as well, about how this newsletter is really helping fill my creative cup back up. And it's also stretching my comfort areas as an artist and sharing different aspects of my life as well. So, all right, friends, love y'all so much. Hope everyone has a good day. And again, if you want to, oh, I didn't even show the photos for which ones you can choose from. If you are interested in winning prints, you get to choose anything from like a 5x7, 8x10, 11x14, lots of different variety of sizes. But if you want to enter a win, and you get to choose from any of these photos that you want to print for your either home or office. But yeah, bye friends. Okay, love you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye.